Alright, it looks like everything is all good to go right about now. I can go. Oh, I guess I guess you're a hero right about now. So yeah, sorry about that, but yeah. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here, or I guess in this case, hello neighbors. So yeah, I guess you can kind of see where I'm getting at. So yeah, anyways, welcome everyone to a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, I think it's very clear on what exactly I'm gonna be talking about, judging by what I've just said. But I guess regardless, I think anyways, I think right about now my Thanksgiving break right about now has of course been quite a bit of an interesting one to say the least, and yeah, oddly enough, I hope all of you guys have been stuffed from eating all that turkey, and yeah, not to mention right around now, I hope all of you got your shopping done on Black Friday, despite the fact that there's massive amount of chaos going on during that day, but yeah, I guess if anything, I think before any of you guys ask, sadly, I am sadly not going to be doing a Black Friday haul video for this year, as I didn't actually do much around Black Friday, but yeah, hopefully maybe next year I'll probably do that, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I guess regardless, I guess seeing how Thanksgiving has officially come and gone, I figure I would probably do something special right around Black Friday for once. So yeah, oddly enough, right around this morning where everything is nice and quiet right about now, which is actually pretty normal when you think about it, I've decided to actually go down and actually see a movie for once. So yeah, or I guess in this case, I think I've actually decided to, I guess for the case of the movie that I just saw, I've decided to, of course, go down to the beautiful neighborhood and actually go see the latest movie that came out right around a week ago that I've been super excited to see when I first saw the trailers for it, or even better yet, when I first heard about it, probably online or when it was first announced. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, judging by what I said at the beginning of this video, as well as that little hint I gave, I am of course going to be talking about the latest movie that just came out over a week ago, that is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about for this, and I have to say there's a lot for me to talk about for this one. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm of course going to be talking about A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and in case you actually, in case some of you may know what it is, good on you, but for those who don't, however, it is of course based around the actual true story behind one of the most popular television hosts, yeah, or quite frankly, the most popular host in all of children's television, that being, of course, Fred Rogers, who you may remember him from the ever-popular TV show from of course, the mid-20th century up until the early 2000s. That is, of course, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So yeah, I guess if anything, that is of course what this entire movie is about right about now, and yeah, there's a lot for me to talk about for this one. Now before I get right on to talking about it, I think I might as well show you share with all of you my experience with this. For those who do not know, I think pretty much when I was a little kid, I actually do remember watching some shows on, of course, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and of course, in the case for me when I was a little kid, I actually used to watch a lot of PBS around that time. But and yeah, oddly enough, I do remember as a little kid, one of the shows that I actually watched constantly when it was on reruns and whatnot is, of course, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And in case you want to know what I actually thought of it, I absolutely loved it when I was a little kid. I I thought he got some great ideas going, a great concept, and I think Fred Rogers is a really great host of that one. And of course, it is very heartwarming and very touching at the same time, and it even does do a fine job in actually taking on certain subject matters that is a bit heavy and whatnot, and does it in a really fascinating way to actually help educate kids. So yeah, I guess if anything, not just the entire show itself, but Mr. Rogers himself actually is one of the most popular childhood icons that everyone, including myself, can look up to, whether you are around the time the show was around, or of course a newcomer to say the least. And so yeah, it's actually really fascinating watching. Even after his passing some time ago, his legacy still continues on. So yeah, I guess with all that said, I was actually quite curious and super excited to see on how a movie based around part of his life, as well as his relationship with a journalist behind the article that he wrote up, Can You Say Hero, would actually fare up. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's exactly what I would assume. Oh yeah, so yeah, I guess oddly enough, right around this wonderful Black Friday morning, I've actually decided to go see this movie to see how it will fare up and whatnot, and now that I've officially saw it all the way through, what do I think of it? Well, I guess about anything, consider myself actually impressed. So yeah, I guess about anything, this movie, I will have to say, much like the show, from what I recall, it is very heavy in what it's trying to do, but at the same time, it's actually very touching and very heartwarming at the same time, and I really, and I think it's actually something I really admire. And so yeah, I guess if anything, I love this movie hands down. So yeah, I guess if anything, much like on how I felt about the show, I was very touched, and it is very heartwarming to actually see all the way through. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really love this movie hands down. I think they actually did an incredible job with it. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think I might as well get right on to a game where I have to talk about. I think pretty much story-wise, I have to say it's actually really impressive. Just like I say, it's actually pretty much about the relationship between both Mr. Rogers and, of course, the journalist behind the article. Can you say hero? And yeah, I think I guess if honestly, it is, of course, a true story, and I think the way that he got captured in, not only story-wise, but also with really great writing, I have to say, I'm actually really impressed with what they have accomplished with this movie, and I think they really tackled it hands down, and of course, really did an impressive job in capturing what's been going on in Fred Rogers' life. Yeah, but not the whole thing, but only parts of it through But I think the way that it's trying to do it is still absolutely impressive, and I really love it, hands down. And yeah, I will have to say, the characters, I have to say, they are incredibly interesting, and I love every moment whenever they're on screen together, and I think they're actually really deserving of probably a few Oscars and whatnot. And I think another thing I will have to say, the actors in this movie, oh my god, they really pulled off really excellent performances, and I think pretty much every single one of them I see, I actually do believe in them, and yeah, oddly enough, I think I might as well get right on to doing what I have to do is, of course, Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers. Holy freaking crap, that is absolutely amazing, and yeah, I guess about anything, I really love it when I saw Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers wherever he's on screen. I think this is practically the best casting decision I have ever seen in a movie since he played Walt Disney in Saving Mr. Banks, and yeah, oddly enough, I think pretty much every single time I see him on screen, I don't actually see Tom Hanks playing Fred Rogers. I'm actually seeing Mr. Rogers as Mr. Rogers. So yeah, and I think the way that Hanks actually captured the actual Fred Rogers is absolutely brilliant, and I really love it hands down. And yeah, even some of the stuff that Fred Rogers himself actually did throughout his entire life, it's actually done incredibly well in this movie. And I really love on the way that it's being portrayed in this. So yeah, I think pretty much every single time I see Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers, I absolutely love it. I really cannot get enough of it, and I think it's actually a really great casting decision, and I absolutely love it hands down. So yeah. Yeah, Tom Hanks is definitely deserving of an Academy Award for sure. He is definitely spot on. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I guess, I think, what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, I think pretty much the atmosphere in this movie, I have to say, is actually really well done in this. And I think the way it's being portrayed in this movie, going from the crummy streets in New York all the way to the beautiful sights and sounds of Pittsburgh is actually pretty impressive. And of course, I have to say, it's actually really quite nice to actually see some of the stuff that has been going on, including what's been going on in the studio where the actual Mr. Rogers neighborhood TV show was of course filmed. And I absolutely love it, and not only that, the callbacks to the show that I remember is absolutely spot on. Just of course from everything Fred Rogers talking to the viewers at home, like of course teaching them moral lessons to. Yeah, as if we were the kids being educated, to of course plenty of other stuff, like of course speedy delivery, the land of make believe, and of course the little miniatures and models, where of course parts of the segues in the show is it's actually incredibly well done. And so yeah, I guess if anything, the callbacks to of course the TV show is absolutely amazing, and I think it's almost giving me flashbacks to of course watching the show itself. Which reminds me, I still gotta think about picking up some DVD copies of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood to see if it's actually as good as I remember. So yeah, I guess if anything, not only the atmosphere, but the callbacks to the TV show is absolutely amazing, and I really love it hands down. And so yeah, I think I have to say it's actually really impressive, and I really love what they have done with this one. And not only that, some of the moments in probably a few moments did get me a little bit teary-eyed. Yeah, it did get me a little bit teary-eyed for once, and yeah, like I said, it's done pretty well in this movie. So yeah, I guess if anything is it's actually really impressive, and I really love it hands down. So yeah, I guess about anything, there are other plenty of stuff that I really enjoyed in this movie. So yeah, I guess about anything, I absolutely really love what they're trying to do, and I guess it's a very clear. Yeah, I think it's very clear, hands down, that I love this movie hands down. So yeah, but is it perfect all the way through? No, there's actually one major flaw that I found with this movie. I think for a while, actor Matthew Reyes, I do indeed apologize if I get his last name wrong, but I think the actor playing the journalist in this movie behind the article, for a while he does pull off a really excellent performance, and I think he's actually really spot on in this movie. Is that I just felt that his character, for the most part, is a little bit too fictionalized in my perspective. Like, I think it would have been much better if they would have gotten the actual journalist behind the article to actually be a really impressive character in this movie. But But then again, I can't fault the movie for that, as I know biographical flicks had to go through some massive changes when translating a actual true story or a person's life to the big screen. So yeah, I can't fault this movie for that. But then again, that's just one major complaint that I had with this movie. But aside from that, I will say A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, sure, it is heavy sometimes, but at the same time, it's actually very heartwarming and really touching at the same time, and I think it's very clear that I absolutely love it. And as someone who actually did grow up watching several reruns of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when I was a little kid, I still think this movie did do a fine job in actually doing exactly that. So yeah, I guess about anything, I really love this movie hands down, and I think this one is definitely worth checking out if you have the time. So yeah, if you got the time, then of course grab a friend, or I'm guessing in this case, grab yourself a neighbor and stroll down the neighborhood to see this movie for yourself. So yeah, for my final score right about now, I am definitely going to give this movie a solid 9 out of 10 for me. Yeah, I think it's actually really impressive hands down, and I love it all the way through, and I dare even say that I can actually consider this as one of my favorite movies for this year right about now. So yeah, I guess about anything, definitely check this movie out. I think it's actually well worth checking out. If you definitely need something to be incredibly touched on, or of course be incredibly heartwarmed at the same time. So yeah, it's pretty much what I gotta say right about now. So yeah, I guess about anything, so yeah, that pretty much wraps up my thoughts for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, if you have seen the movie for yourself, then let me know in the comment section below, as well as leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you have any questions, or if you want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up pretty soon. And of course, follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty other social media sites that I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos like this. So yeah, that's literally about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this thoughts video, and yeah, I guess if anything, we are now approaching. I guess we are now approaching. The last month of this year, which is of course December. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like next month is December, which, hold on a minute. I guess here it is. Yeah, I knew this day would come, but, so yeah, I guess about anything, I guess seeing how next month will be officially December right about now, I think it's very clear on what we're going to be celebrating next. And I guess in terms of movie-wise, I only have a few more to go before this year wraps up, but I'm not going to be giving away on what I'm going to be talking about next. You'll just have to find out for yourself. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing what movie I'm going to be talking about next for my next thoughts video. But I guess until that happens, I gotta get myself ready for a little special holiday right about now. And yeah, I think it's very clear on what holiday I'm gonna be celebrating for next time. So yeah, I gotta go ahead and get my I gotta go and get my decorations set up. So yeah, I'll definitely see you for the next thoughts video. So I guess until then, so long, neighbor.